You guys didn't
Alright.
start? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I delayed it
No,
to
we're
6
good.
o'clock originally, because Ron had to help his dad with something. I'm guessing that took longer than he thought it was going to take, because I haven't heard anything from him for a while.
He's still
So,
MIA.
yeah, so I was like, alright, well, in between Ron and Zadurim, whoever shows up first, that's when we'll start. So,
Okay. Yeah, that's alright. I had to
we'll
work
see.
and
It
then
ended up.
finish something.
I have some,
It
like,
wasn't even
thing.
my thing, though. It was someone
Oh,
else's thing.
you're covering for somebody
I had to
else.
finish it up for them. Well, they
Alright.
screwed it
Dang.
up, and
Well, while you
so...
guys get started, I gotta
Yeah.
let one of the dogs out to use bathroom and stuff. I'll
Okay.
be back.
Who let the dogs out? Secret
Also
let the
recording
dogs
now,
out.
so go ahead and start.
Okay. So if you guys...
Spoiler alert, we all died this session.
I'd be surprised if that happened. But it could. It could.
For the video.
Anyway, yeah, so you guys are in Corvosa right now. You guys just helped out. You finally got the tuning fork. Since Mantis is not here, I'm gonna say Amber is, I don't know, doing research on it or something. So she's not gonna be there for what you guys are gonna be doing today. Or what I assume you guys will be doing, I guess. Although you could, if you guys have a way to use the tuning fork, if you guys really want to do that right now, we could, like, go towards that, but I don't think you guys actually have, like, a way to use that really right now, right?
I have no idea. It's been too long. What do we need to use it? Isn't it just like a plane shift spell or something?
Yep, I just don't think anybody can cast plane shift right now. Like, nobody in the party can cast it, at least.
So Amber can't cast it?
Yeah, unless... I mean, if she bought a scroll, she could do it.
Okay.
But she doesn't actually have, like, that
What
on
did
her
we
spell
say
list
we were
right now.
going to do at the end of last session?
I don't know if you guys said you were going to do anything in particular. Unless I'm remembering wrong.
I thought we did
I feel
so that
like
you would know
using
what
the
to
tuning
prepare.
fork to plane shift would be our thing. That's kind
Wait,
of
can
our
I use it?
arc right now.
I don't know. Do you have plane shift
But
on your
if
spell list? You
Pluto
can
is
cast it
saying that we
on?
don't have
it's
to do
cleric
it.
level 5.
Well, what I am going to tell you is while you guys are in Corvosa, somebody actually basically approaches you guys with a job. I'm going to say they recognize Brugar
Sweet.
and comes to you with a job. So it's a half-elf woman, and she kind of like approaches you more in like a public location and tells you like she has a job for you, but she doesn't want she wants to meet somewhere like more clandestine to discuss it because she's worried about rivals overhearing it.
Oh. Rival.
Yes, rivals.
I'm going
Wait,
to
did we have
sense
this
her
happen at
motive.
the end of last session?
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay.
This would be probably like a day or two after you guys get back from the from helping out Athos.
I need level
So
13, and we're not level 13, are we?
no,
No,
you guys are
we're
level
10.
10. You guys are like 5,000
Okay.
experience away
Mantis
from
gate.
level 11 though, so you might get to level 11 by the end of the session, and if you don't, you're gonna get to level 11 next session.
Okay.
When she tells me why it has to be private, and I ask her for the details, I'm gonna sense her motive to see if she's being genuine or disingenuine, and possibly
About rivals
just
and
trying to
whatnot.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, just trying to make me lose my guard and
Mhm.
set a trap for us.
Oh.
So, I want to see if she sounds like she's trying to lure us into a trap, but
Uh,
I'm still gonna hear her out.
it doesn't seem like it, and it seems like she is. To you, it seems like she is kind of like she's she's saying to you in kind of like a hushed voice, and it seems like she is trying to like be very discreet about it. And she kind of seems like she's like glancing around. And as she says, she wants to meet like, she says she wants to meet like within like an hour, if you can do that.
All right.
Um,
As long as she gives me the place, I'll tell her that I'll talk to my associates about it, and if they all agree, then we'll see you in an hour at
okay.
whatever
And she
this
says, yeah,
location.
the location's just going to be at like the same inn or inn/tavern that you guys are kind of at right now, except that it's going to be basically out like behind it, kind of
All
in an
right.
alleyway. And then she scurries off. So I'm assuming you go tell everyone else about this then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So where are
tell the
we at?
others,
The tavern?
I don't know.
I
Where
don't
are
know,
you guys
wherever
at?
you want to be.
I figured Brugar was definitely at a tavern, so that's part of why she talks to Brugar about it. I don't know where anyone else would
I'd
be
probably
at.
be at the inn or at the market, looking around.
Okay. Tiki would probably be there as well. I guess Secret's actually let the dog out, so I'm gonna assume that Tiki's there.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm probably with Rugar.
And then I guess Kale's there too. I don't know. I haven't heard anything from Ron yet.
Kale and I are at the inn, so maybe you guys come back to the inn and tell us.
Yeah, maybe you have to go like get them from a different inn to bring them to like this tavern that you guys are at or something. But all right, so yeah, you guys meet up, and yeah, she's you see that she's like already waiting for you when you get there, and kind of.
Well, hang on, Brugar. You're
have
telling me that
any-
you just met some random stranger, and that we're supposed to go meet her? Are you sure this is a wise decision?
That's a
Whenever
good
he
point.
tells
Like
me
maybe
that.
you guys wanna do some sort
I
of
tell
preparation.
Razul, are you sure you're feeling like a like an adventurer, huh?
You think this is an adventure, not someone trying to mug us?
I tell them if they've got the balls to try, then let them.
Fair enough.
But if you're
Sounds-
too scared, Razil, you can stay at home.
Do you get mugged
No, it
often,
sounds
Razil?
way more exciting than, what I was doing, which was just sitting in the inn room. I don't get mugged often, but I hear about it. Being part of the church, we do have plenty of people who, come to us in aid after being mugged.
Well,
What
I've
was-
never
what'd you say,
been mugged
Secret?
before. Oh, I was asking him if he's been mugged often. Because he's all nervous about it.
Tiki's like, "What's it like
Right.
being mugged?"
Yeah, like, what's that?
If only people would notice me, then they'd try and mug me. Well, Brugar has convinced me that we should go see what this person wants. And if it's a mugging, then it should be exciting.
You mean,
Yeah, I'll pound some heads in.
yeah, exciting for Rugar. Maybe not so much for me.
All right. Oops, that is not what I wanted to do. All right, so this is a.
So we go and she's waiting.
That's what she looks like. And yeah, she's looking. She's kind of like waiting in this area, like behind the tavern there. That's and there's she kind of pacing around, and she's there. She's like, "Oh, good, you showed up. I'm worried that I don't have as much time as I would like. Prefer that we could leave as soon as possible."
I I tell her to let us know what it is that you want us to do and what's the reward.
Says, "I'll pay you very handsomely. The tune of." She's kind of like seems like she's trying to like think about a number for losses. How does 6,000 gold sound?
Each?
I don't know if I could afford 6,000 for each. I only have so much stipend. Perhaps I should tell you what exactly I need you to do, though. I've gotten a
Yes.
lead. I've gotten a lead for an old tomb that I want to go and research. And the reason that I need to hurry is that I'm pretty sure my informant has sold this information to others as well. Rival scholars and Pathfinders, probably.
Ew.
God knows who
Pathfinders.
else.
Well, let's see, there's 4 of us, so 6,000 4 ways is still pretty good.
Oh, is Amber studying in a library again?
Now, I did ensure that the informant won't tell anyone else, but I'm pretty sure that he told several others before he told me. And, well, I guess I don't really trust his word, is what I'm saying.
When she says that she made sure that he doesn't tell anyone else, I'm going to sense her motive to see if she means she killed him.
Oh.
Okay.
The conspiracies.
You're not really sure, but it does seem kind of weird the way she said it.
Okay. I'll say, so when you say made sure he doesn't tell anyone else, you mean permanently?
No, not permanently. And besides that, I'm going to publish my findings in a journal anyway. But I do want to get there first before, like I said, rival scholar or Pathfinders or somebody else finds it first.
So what do you need from us? Surely you can go to this tomb on your own and look at some ancient artifacts.
I shove
Well-
him and say, she just said there's rival mercenaries.
Yes, and it's
Mercenaries?
also dangerous in a very dangerous area on its own. It's out towards the mountains, and there's all sorts of things like giants and other dangerous beasts out there.
Giants?
Alright, well, 6,000
really
gold
just-
split 4 ways is still a pretty good amount of gold. I'm looking at this favorably. Can we keep anything we find in the tomb that isn't what you're looking for? What are you looking for anyway?
Well, I'm looking for any information here about this. It's a very, very ancient tomb. I believe it predates the Thessalonian Empire. If
Then are you gonna go with that?
my information is, well, yes, of course.
Alright, well, you tell us what it is that you want and find of value.
I mean, I'm sure that it seems to me like it's a tomb of some sort, and if there's any sorts of magical weapons or whatnot, I only need to document them. You can probably keep them.
Alright, sounds good enough for me so far.
I'm more interested in the tomb itself.
You had me at magical weapons.
I study a lot of these pre-Thessalonian primitives, and as you can imagine, a pre-Thessalonian tomb is something very interesting to me.
Well then, 6,000 gold seems. I'm willing to do this to bodyguard you and get you what you want. What say everyone else? Tiki, Braziel,
I'm in.
Kale.
Sure, I've never explored a tomb before. What are
I go and
Pathfinders?
I move like Kale's jaw like up and down with my hand and make him say, "Sure, sounds good." All right, we're all set.
Pathfinders, they're a horrid society that likes to
Nasty
Like start to
collector.
steal stuff from tombs themselves and keep everything for themselves. They're enemies of education, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, gee. Then we shall go. I support education.
That's the spirit.
I have a bird
I've heard of
who's
the
looking to go to
Pathfinders.
school.
I've always just kind of, I always just figure there's some kind of like adventurers guild.
Well, that's how they advertise themselves to recruits. But trust me, they're a very sinister people.
So, little Miss Lady, if we're gonna be traveling together, what's your name?
Is she human? Does she look human?
She's half elf.
Oh, she's half elf.
Does she tell me her
And,
name?
Yes.
Pluto's like
Says her name is
randomnamegenerator.com.
No, I have it written down actually. I already used the random name generator. She introduces herself as Tenny Dursk.
All right.
Tenny.
All right, Tenny.
Durst.
Well, you've hired you've hired the best.
I'll
I
introduce
certainly
myself as
hope so.
Raziel.
I was asking around, and somebody recommended me to recommended your group to me as the best option, especially on such short notice. And this will say is like during the evening, so she's gonna say if it's all right with you, I'd like to leave as first thing tomorrow morning.
We'll have to check with our fifth companion party member, but I think she's busy studying an artifact of her own, so she probably won't mind if we leave her for a few days.
We'll catch up with Amber.
Yeah, Brugger's like, she don't get any of this money. Splitting 4 days already.
No, I'm just saying we just need to make sure that, she's okay with it. Leaving her alone in a big city like this.
Brugar is also still sort of like giving Amber like silent shit about the roundabout way she went asserting herself in the Wizard Academy.
Oh. I love the Wizard Academy.
Because Brugar's ego is fairly big and inflated, he expects everyone like who he associates with to also like have that assertiveness and like
yeah,
pride
he's
or
a little upset
whatever.
that you guys didn't use the direct approach of just going to ask around and.
Well, no, not that. Just that like Amber didn't like. Amber's very powerful and he knows that. And like, why are you acting so humble?
Yeah. Yeah, Amber probably is stronger than most of the people in the academy. There's like a few people there that are probably like a higher level, but Athos is stronger than Amber probably, and like the headmaster is probably stronger than Amber.
Anywho, we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Splendid.
All right.
Any other questions?
I mean, anything you can tell us about the tomb or where it is that we're going that we might need to stock up on certain supplies? I know you said giants. I can handle giants.
She pulls out like a map of the Varisia region. So I'm just gonna pull you guys to it real fast. So like our one we've been using. So she points you to a area that's kind of to the south of Corvosa, near the kind of in the foothills of the Mindspin Mountains, like where they wrap around here to the coast. And so she says the only things I'd suggest is be prepared for giants, especially since they some of these giants hang out in the mountains and they during this time of year, they tend to be moving around a lot in the foothills, which is where we're going to be in. She also says, though, that it's still pretty cold out there, so be prepared for, like, dress warmly.
Oh, I think we have clothes for that already.
Yep.
And, she says to be careful about her rivals as well. She says they might try to get information from you or something. Just don't tell my rivals anything.
All right, we'll
They
try.
probably won't talk to you directly though, so just be suspicious of strangers coming up and trying to talk to you.
So kind of like you did with Brugar.
What if we go
Yes,
up and talk
be
to them?
suspicious if somebody comes up and does what I just did. Yeah, you should not do that either. Just be careful.
Don't approach anybody?
I want us to have. I'm hoping that less of my rivals find out than have already found out. So I don't know if you know this, but academia is very, very cutthroat sometimes.
Wow.
Thinking back to the academy experience, yeah, I can see that.
This is too dangerous of a world for Tiki.
I mean, you're level 10, so not
Well,
dangerous enough.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably one of the most dangerous things in Corvosa right now.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, totally. We're level 10.
You guys could like conquer this city with a lot of effort.
Yeah, a lot. A lot.
Not worth it. The mob infestation.
This is where dragons are nice because of that fear. Just fear a bunch of people.
Oh yeah, there's going to be there'll be more dragons in this campaign too.
Oh,
Just
fun.
spoiler alert, I guess.
When is there never
Teaser, I guess.
dragon?
All
Alright,
right, so
so-
I mean, I don't know if I should be picking up any supplies that I don't already have. So I think Brugar is good to go. I'll just sleep on it.
Okay. Anybody else? Is Ron back yet? I'm guessing not.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ooh.
Oh, there he is.
Ron, did you catch what's going on then?
No, I kind of just sat down.
Oh, okay. Alright, well you guys are going down into the foothills of the Minesmith Mountains, and you guys are helping a scholar get to a tomb before all of her rivals get there.
Okay.
We're gonna fist
And
fight
you're
at the
getting paid
door.
monies to do it. Yeah, maybe.
Actually, there's one thing that I'll buy. I'll buy an elixir of climbing.
Okay.
Oh.
Just in case you need it for environmental hazards.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me double check everything. I think Tiki has plenty of resources right now.
But I've got a potion of heroism and a potion of displacement, so I can cure light wounds.
I'm not
so
prepared.
Good.
But I'm never prepared for anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm ready. I'm good.
Okay. So she tells you to meet her basically at the southern gate, and before she leaves. And assuming you guys all do that, you do find her there.
Alright.
She's got like a horse that she's gonna ride out there, and not like a super impressive looking horse, but she's got a horse, and like she's looks a little bit different because she's in like traveling gear. She's got like a big pack and wearing a cloak and everything, and the weather, it's like really cloudy when you guys are on this particular day, but
Yeah.
it's not raining or anything currently.
Alright.
It's still in the middle of February right now. And so she says, well, if you're all ready to go, we can make our way there. Just be on the lookout. And if everyone wants to, go ahead and roll like a traveling perception check.
Alrighty.
So as you guys are traveling, she maybe strikes up a conversation with somebody. Who would be like what sort of order would you guys be like? Is there like a certain order? You guys just kind of traveling as a mob or as a blob?
I am
She's
like,
up in the front.
right next to her.
Okay.
Because she's paying me, and a good bodyguard stays near their
Makes sense.
their employer or whatever.
I'll be in the middle probably with Tiki, I imagine.
Okay. Well, she tells you some more information about where you guys are going. She says I've actually. The funny thing is, I've actually been to this site before. I just didn't know that the tomb was there. It's apparently located right underneath a really old statue that is shaped like a helmed head. I've always wondered if it was supposed to be the head of a human or perhaps a giant. But it's hard to tell when there's nothing to compare it to. Giants are only called giants when they're standing next to the rest of us, right?
Tiki just looks at her quizzically like, what? Everything's giant to me.
Giants are quite big, yes. But that's why you
so as you
carry
guys
a
are
big weapon.
several hours into the trip, Raziel does notice that there seems to be like a group of probably people up ahead. He can't really tell exactly what it is, but you can tell that there's like movement up ahead by like basically almost like, you know, like a dust cloud kind of thing. Not quite that, but
Mhm.
you can kind of like very vaguely kind of hear like a little bit of like every once in a while hears like some kind of distant like shouts or talking or something off in the distance, and he's like the first one that hears it.
Yeah, I'll definitely mention it. Like, I think I hear the faint sounds of people up ahead. We might be gaining on them.
Uh,
It's possibly my rivals.
should we avoid? What do we do?
Oh, we should probably see what they want, or if they.
She said don't
care,
talk to him
otherwise-
earlier.
Well, otherwise we just pass them on the road, and who cares?
Well,
It's
they
just
might-
travelers.
They might not be my rivals.
Oh,
They might be they might just be some Shawanti or something.
Tiki's like, but you said to be skeptical.
Yes, definitely be skeptical. If possible, we should probably try to just avoid them. How are you guys gonna approach this?
I mean, is there a way to avoid them? I kind of imagine we're in a kind of narrow path going into mountains or something. Or are we
No,
not
this
in the
is kind
mountains
of.
yet?
You guys are kind of in like you're not even quite in the foothills yet. It's kind of a hilly, foresty kind of area.
And are we on like a main road or path, or is it just open land?
This is more like back roads.
So we could probably find a way to go around them without going right by them.
Possibly, yeah.
Sure.
It
If
would
my
take,
employer wants to go around them, then I'll try and
Yeah,
see her
you don't-
safely around them.
If you
Alright.
think it's better we avoid them, let's do that.
We're gonna
Can
do
I
this in the
perception
form.
or survival or?
Survival would work, yeah. This is gonna be like a skill challenge, so if everyone can think of a way to contribute. Okay. So Brugar uses his survival skills to try to find alternate paths that will like side trails and things like that to avoid their notice.
And we're in the mountains, right?
get it.
Dwarves do
No,
that.
you're
we're
not-
not.
Not
Oh,
quite
wow.
in the mountains. You guys are not even quite in the foothills yet, but you're still in a kind of hilly area. You guys are starting to come into the foothills, basically.
I'm going to use my perception to try and keep track of where the other group is.
Yeah, to continue
throughout this whole
to
business.
track their movements. Okay, that works. Anybody else gotten something? Tiki or Kaylee, you guys have something you think could be useful here to avoid alerting this group of people?
No, but I can summon animals at them and make them worry about it.
That might end up being useful if you guys fail.
Is there water we need to walk across? I can help us with that.
There might be like a stream or something you go by at some point. But yeah, you guys are south of the Yagari River or whatever, Jagari. South of that river, because you crossed that basically as you left Corvosa. And there's no other major riverways.
We're still 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are still 10. Ron, do you have any... Does Kale have any skills that would be relevant to trying to sneak past a group of mercenaries or whatever they are? Shawanti, possibly. Group of people, though, that may or may not be mercenaries.
Personally could, but I don't have anything for the group other than Mist.
Well, I mean, even if it's like a personal skill, like it might be something that, like, in terms of skills. You have like a knowledge skill that might be relevant? Knowledge nature, maybe?
Oh, knowledge. I mean, Ryza does, but Kayla
Ryza can
doesn't
help.
have much knowledge.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ryza can help.
Just anything you think would help the situation.
Yeah,
Doesn't have to be
it's a
anything
skill
specific.
challenge, so you just pick a skill and make your
I
case
get
for
what
why
you're
it
saying.
would be relevant. And I'll give you bonuses to the check if I think it's particularly relevant, like if you make a good case for how that would help.
Turns out I had heroism on when I rolled my checks, so subtract 2.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I think 29
Okay.
is still a pretty good roll.
Oh,
Let's
good
all
point. I should turn this
roll
off.
knowledge. Which one's better? Knowledge, nature.
Knowledge nature? Okay.
Okay.
Alright, that's a really good roll.
Tiki's gonna climb up trees and scout for us.
Okay.
So I'll just climb and perception, I guess, and maybe try to be quiet about it.
It's stealth's a pretty decent one. that was one I was actually almost looking for, but I wasn't sure if anybody had it. All right. Yeah, you guys. So you guys do actually manage to get past them, and using like particularly between like Raziel's perception and Tiki's climbing, you're able to kind of like track the other group's movements enough that you're able to figure out that you've gotten past them, and now you're continuing on, and they're starting to like the signs of them are starting to like fade behind you in the distance.
Yay.
And Tenny says, "I seems like I hired good help." So she seems impressed with the way you guys have managed to avoid any danger there.
I try and stand up extra tall and flex as I walk.
Oh, okay. Like I gotta look
When she says
particularly impressive.
Yeah, while when she like turns around to say like, "Man, you guys are pretty good" or whatever, I like try and look even better.
Okay, sure. She's like, "Now you ruined it. I want a refund."
Okay.
All right. So you
So we
continue on.
continue on.
Yep. And it takes most of the day, but you do eventually get to a point where it says we're almost there. Everyone wants to roll me another perception.
She says we're almost there, and I'm just like on point. Like I've been waiting for this all
Yeah.
day. Where's this tomb at?
Well, you don't quite get to the tomb because before you do, Raziel notices that it seems like there are giants in the area. And he kind of sees one, like you guys are kind of coming into the foothills, and you kind of see one stand up, like on one of the hills, kind of, like walking over the crest of a hill, and then you just kind of barely see him, like poke his head up over there, and he doesn't seem like he notices you or anything. He seems like he's like really pretty far away at this point, but you are aware that there are giants up ahead.
Alright, I'll tell
At
the
least
party.
a giant.
I'll point in the direction, say, "There's a giant there. I just saw him," like in the most casual way I can imagine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I saw him.
Oh yeah, I guess one other question is, I wonder if Okie Dokie's with you, or is he with Amber? We'll say he's with Amber.
I say he's with Amber. I mean, Amber's the one that gave him sentience, right?
Technically, Tiki did.
But Tiki doesn't really. I always felt like Amber was the one sort of giving him orders and stuff.
Giving who orders?
Okie Dokie.
The parrot.
He doesn't take
Oh,
orders
he don't
from
take
anybody.
orders.
He doesn't take orders from anybody. He only does stuff out of the kindness of his heart.
Tiki asks, but yeah, Amber kind of expects.
Anyway, yeah, we'll say Okie Dokie's with Amber right now. But yeah. Tenny basically is like, "Are you sure?" Because she didn't see any giants. But
Yeah, I'd say for sure. I'm sure.
that's troubling. That's very troubling news.
I thought you
We should
said
be
we'd
careful.
find giants. Why are you surprised?
I thought we might run into giants along the way, but I was hoping that there wouldn't be anything like giants right by the tomb itself.
I tell her that if we need to clear the way to the tomb, then you let your money do the work, And by that, I mean, like, I lift up my
Us.
weapon and my shield.
Well, that is what I'm paying you for. Still, we should be careful. And, she goes like a little bit further, but then eventually she gets off her horse and says, I think we should go on foot, especially if there's giants nearby. The rest of the way. I have a pretty good memory. I think I can find this spot again.
Okay. Do I
So
see any
she
more
kind
giants
of-
while all this is going on?
Did you guys have horses or anything, or were you guys just walking the whole way? I kind of assumed you guys were walking because I didn't hear anything about
I
horses.
assumed I was walking.
She was just riding the horse because she wanted to be lazy, not for speed reasons. So yeah, her horse gets tied up. I think it's probably just her horse then, and then Sally is probably coming with Tiki
Yeah.
because Sally is no ordinary horse.
No.
Does she ask
Pony.
Tiki, like, hey, why aren't you tying up your pony?
Nope. She looks
Okay.
like kind of quizzically. It seems like, but then it seems like she kind of, like just shrugs
Assumes.
it off. Yeah.
Like, Tiki
Um,
during the trip probably has been, like, talking to Sally out loud. Like, you guys might be used to
Yeah,
this.
she's probably kind of figured out throughout the day that Sally is not just like a random pony that you just happen to be riding.
She kind of was, though.
She
We
probably
did
kinda
find her
figured
at
out-
a stable, right? She did
Yeah,
start
originally
out as a
before
stable
it
pony.
became before you got your divine boon or whatever they call the
Yeah.
oracle equivalent.
That also was no ordinary parrot, but yeah, you know. I'm just gonna have an arc soon.
And then ooh, okay. So it is actually raining at this point too.
Ew.
So and it's starting to get dark.
So we're at
But-
the tomb?
You guys are
We're
basically
getting close.
very close to it.
Okay.
But Raziel is pretty sure there's going to be giants like around it
Ah.
because he saw one of them.
Alright, so we're gonna set
And
up
so she's
camp
suggesting-
here.
She wants to actually go and scout out the area. Like
Yeah.
see what exactly you guys are dealing with here.
I think that's a great idea. Is she like, I'll scout ahead. Hut, 2, 3, 4.
Not in those words, but yes.
That's the one thing I miss about League. It's Teemo.
I miss Vigar. I miss Vigar so much.
I mean, and Italy, but
He was
you
like
know,
he
Nidalee
was like
sucks
my
now.
spirit animal.
So she asks like who's coming with her, or if you guys are just want to like set up the camp while she goes and scouts ahead. She said she'd
I'll
want
go
at
with
least
her.
one of you to come with.
But I'm not super quiet if you're trying to be sneaky.
Well, I'd prefer not, if there are giants up there, I'd prefer them not notice us. But hopefully, even if you're not very sneaky, we'll be staying far enough away to not get noticed. I don't want to get that close to them. I
I'll
wanna
see
if-
them before they hear me.
I want to see if it's just, like you said you saw a giant, I want to see if it's just like one giant, or if they have like a camp set up there or something.
Yeah, I'll
I
go
mean, like I
with you.
said,
It'll be
this
fine.
tomb's underneath a statue of some sort of helm figure. I don't know, maybe the giants revere it or something. Okay. Anybody else, or just gonna be Raziel?
Who's
Scouting.
going up to the tombs?
She wants to go scout out the tombs, even though the sun's like setting and it's raining.
I have dark vision. I have swamp stride. I don't know if that's gonna help. This isn't a swamp, but the ground's all wet. Maybe I don't know.
And she wants to do it before like the sun sets.
My wisdom. What does my survival wisdom tell me? Is it a good idea to do the scouting and stuff while it's raining? And is it
should hide
possible?
my
Is it
sound.
some way I can do it?
I mean, the rain's just gonna make it harder to see, but it might actually help you in some ways too, because it's gonna be harder for them to see. If anything, the rain might actually be to your benefit, in terms of like not being discovered.
All right, then I'll go with them. All perception and stealth.
Did you guys know I have
Okay.
line sense?
She does not.
No, I do.
I mean, if you don't want to go,
Not unless you tell her.
Oh. Sorry. I'm gonna roll the perception. And a stealth.
okay.
I'm gonna have Sally stay.
Okay, Sally stays behind with the other horse. Well, I guess Sally's a pony, but.
Yeah, I don't tie her up, but yeah.
And then is Kael coming too? I'm guessing. Unless you're staying back at the camp.
Run!
Mm.
Ever since he got married, man, it's like he has priorities more important than us.
I blame the puppy.
That too.
Alright, well. Kael and Ryza are simultaneously there and not there, I guess.
What?
I don't know.
I'm going to scout.
Sorry, Kael and Ryza.
Oh, okay. I think someone
Alright.
should stay with the camp and the ponies and things, and with
Now Sally'll.
Sally.
Maybe Kael's doing that if I don't hear anything from Ron in the next.
So is Brugar coming with us?
Yeah, Brugar's going with you guys.
Okay.
So I rolled a stealth of 7. It's pretty good.
But luckily it's raining, so the rain should block out most of the
is.
sound if we don't get too close.
Yep. Alright, so you guys kind of creep through the through this kind of forested foothills, and eventually you get kind of up to the top of one of the hills, and you looking down, you can see it's starting to get kind of like the sun's starting to set, so it's kind of getting darker. But yeah, you see that there are like several freaking gigantic tents, basically. Like I said, there's basically her fears are confirmed, where there's actually like a camp of giants set up. And you can kind of see, if you roll knowledge local, you can identify what type of giants these are.
I'm assuming you have to have it trained.
Yeah, you would have to have it trained. But if nobody identifies them, then she'll say, "Oh, these hill giants. They're one of the weaker giants, but they're still very dangerous, especially in this number." And so they don't. You guys are far enough away that it doesn't seem like they notice you guys right now, especially with the rain pouring down. But yeah, there's about 7 of these large, like tents set up right now, and she puts in. She thinks it looks like there's probably maybe about a dozen or a dozen and a half of them. But she's not 100% sure, and it's hard to make out. Raziel can rolled really high in his perception, so he maybe can confirm that. Like that's
Yeah.
the sense you get as well. Tiki probably can't even see him because you guys are too far away.
Yeah.
Poor Tiki.
60 feet, or I have blinding sense apparently in 30 feet, but
Yeah, you guys are. This is much further away than 60 feet. You guys are looking down at it from like.
yeah,
from
I don't
like
know why
200
I
feet
came,
away, at
honestly.
least.
Okay, so
Well,
and are they like?
No, the reason you
Are they
came
in
is
our
In
if
case there were
way?
stealth ones, you'd know.
So in the middle of where this camp is set up, you see like this statue of it looks like the head of like a helmed head. And if you remember what she told you earlier, that the
It's
tomb is
beneath
basically
it.
it's underneath that statue. So yeah, they're kind of in the way.
Okay.
So she looks thoughtful about it. She says maybe we can sneak into the tomb at night.
I ask her. Oh, I tell her. As long as I can't see in the dark, sure. I'm willing to. I can see fine in the dark.
I don't think they can see in the dark.
All right. Then Bruger is willing to wait until it gets dark enough that they can sneak into the tomb.
Okay. Does somebody go get Kael then? Let them know what the plan is.
Yeah.
So assuming somebody goes and does that, and she's just gonna stay at this the top of this hill, kind of, and keep a watch on them and waiting
Tiki will
for
go get Kale
the sun to set.
Sally.
And
Sally.
Sally. Okay. All right. So yeah, you kind of see there's the giants are kind of like milling around. You see that over to one side of it, they are like setting up kind of like a large bonfire as well, or they're trying to. It's proving to be very difficult because of the rain. But they're putting an effort into it, and they're setting up. They kind of pull out like some large like stitched together hides and are kind of setting up like a covering to try to like create an area where they aren't getting rained on while they're setting this up.
Maybe if we help them set up their camp, they'll just let us pass peacefully.
I very much doubt that. If they knew we were here, they would probably try to cook us on the fire, if anything.
I don't know.
But yeah, after some amount of effort, they do actually get the fire set up, kind of just as the sun, just as the sun is finally like setting and it's actually like starting to get dark. And around that time, everyone notices something happen on kind of on the other side of the camp. Right, there's a kind of like just after the sun sets, they hear like there's a commotion. Basically, it sounds like arguing between two of the giants. Does anybody speak giant?
I think I do. I don't see why I wouldn't. Let me go check my languages.
I don't see why I would.
I know Amber has a helmet that lets her know, like, be able to understand it.
No, I don't.
I know there's a little languages thing here.
Is it on
Was
the Roll20 sheet somewhere?
There it is. Yes,
that-
yes. I speak giant.
Okay, well you can understand that it sound like you can. It sounds like they're arguing about like something that they found. Like they're arguing like they said what I'm saying, I found him first, and the other one saying, well, I'm the one that clubbed him. So it sounds like they're arguing like they might have found a person or a creature of some sort, maybe and they're arguing about who gets to eat it, basically.
Oh, God.
All right. I tell the others the giants are arguing about something or somebody they've captured and they want to eat them.
All right, and Tenny says, "That's perfect. This is our chance. We can sneak
Alright.
into the tomb."
I'm good for it. I tell the others, all right, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
You're not at all concerned about what the person they have?
It's probably one of my rivals. Just ignore it.
Yeah, Burger shakes his head. The only people I care about are here.
Uh, dang.
I tell
falls
Tiki that,
along.
like, if it was one of us that, was missing and the giants were arguing about who gets to eat that person or not, then you can bet that I would go running in to save them.
All right.
If it's not
so
us, then
she starts making her way down the hill.
okay. I'm gonna do so as well, as quietly as I can.
Yep, which is not terribly quietly, I'm sure, but
Not that quiet. Oh, it was a good roll though.
ooh, that's a good roll though. Yeah, that might be good enough. Is Ron back yet? I might just have to roll a stealth from it. Okay, cool.
Could have been a 1. Man, why is Sally so good at everything?
It's a very good
Like,
question.
I swear her rolls are better than mine most of the time.
Well, she's got some decks, and I put 2 rinks in her stealth. Tiki's been teaching her how to be quiet and swim better and even climb and jump.
Alright. So you guys are making your way to the... Holy shit, why are these all the wrong size? Oh no! That's the right
Uh-oh.
size one. That's fine. It's easy. It's an easy fix. As you guys are making your way, you guys could kind of get to the statue, right? And so far, it's going alright.
Are we on a
You
map or
kinda-
something?
Not yet.
Okay.
You're gonna be in a second.
Oh.
Soon.
So you guys are kind of making your way along the, like you kind of managed to sneak past some of these tents and everything. And it sounds like they're still arguing, over there. And it sounds like it's like the, noise level is going up over in that direction. Like more giants have made their way over there, and now there's
Oh.
like a lot more like noises going on over there. So it seems like as in terms of it being a distraction, it has worked really well for that, even though this wasn't something that you guys planned. It's worked out really nicely to your benefit in that way. Man, that is obnoxious. I might need to redo this sometime. Actually, like tied. Oh, okay. Oh, that one worked fine. Anyway, you guys get to the statue, and she actually finds kind of a area where, like an opening, basically at the base of the statue. She says, "I don't remember this being here last time I was here. This must be what he was talking about." But when you guys get there, a giant notices you guys and starts, or like kind of starts wandering up towards you guys. I'm gonna pull you guys to a map here as soon as I fog of war it. Yep, turn on fog of war. All right, cool.
Whoever came up with the term fog of war, that's not like a real battle thing, right?
I know it had to
Definitely an
have come
RTS
from,
thing.
it had to have come from an
Yeah.
RTS.
Yeah.
It could have a deeper root, but I don't know.
Alright, I'm pretty sure the health is not accurate on here because whatever map I pulled your tokens from had it wrong. So you'll have to probably adjust those. I'm assuming you guys are all at full health. This is annoying. Okay. I got too many maps. Okay.
Okay.
So
clear
yeah,
now.
as she finds this, a giant kind of wanders around this statue and kind of comes right up to you guys. And we're gonna roll
Uh-huh.
initiative. Whoops, I revealed too much.
Oh, because
I have
he's like,
revealed too
Who's
much.
this lucky guy?
He just wandered into a huge mistake, probably.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
this could deteriorate.
Oh, I
but-
like the look of the lady we're with.
Yeah.
Yeah. She kind of
We
looks
saw her
halfling-y.
earlier.
She kind of looks what?
The token does. The token makes her look like she's like might be a halfling or something.
Oh.
like
I
it
don't know
better.
what. It might. Maybe the original artwork's supposed to be a halfling. I said she was a half elf, though. She kind of has the.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you look at
I still like
Yeah.
the
Half elf, half ling.
it has
That's
the word
true.
half in it. It's pretty much the same thing.
You could be half halfling and
Half
half
elf
elf.
and half
oh my
ling.
God, elves and halflings.
He's a
Oh,
quarterling.
wow.
I'm full ling, and you're halfling.
She's a quarter halfling and half elf.
Did my hero lab close? What the hell?
She's 3/4 of a
This
of a
is starting
race,
to
and who
sound
knows
like an
what the other one
American.
is.
She's American. She has
I
red, white,
call
blue on.
Americans
So
mutts
I'm
because we
just saying.
basically are. Like, our breed is so muddy at this point.
Speak for yourself, you dirty American.
I have all the classics in me. I have English, French, Cherokee Indian, and Irish. Yeah.
I've got Cherokee and Japanese, and I don't know what else.
I'm just Mexican.
I can trace my
Wait,
family
are you
history
actually
back
Mexican?
to Ohio.
Yes.
But
that's as far back as I
you
can
don't
trace
sound
it.
Mexican.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you would sound Mexican if you, other than like
Do you want me to speak Spanish?
having that be your first language, and
No,
maybe
but
and
you-
then like
you
not
were-
having good English.
You
But he
were
probably
born
was-
here, then I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's a
Okay.
native speaker.
That's
so
why.
that's why.
And your
as
parents
long
didn't
as he's-
speak a
You can
lot.
generally
or did
tell
they?
accent or not accent. However, a lot of Spanish-speaking families teach their children Spanish and English as they're being
Oh yeah,
raised.
there's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Matt's saying right. He speaks Spanish too, so.
Yeah. I'm jealous. I only speak one language.
Let's play the rest of the session in Spanish.
I don't speak any Spanish, so that's gonna be really hard.
I'll give you my
I know a
response
couple
in
words.
Spanish. No.
Come on, vamonos. Dora the Explorer.
Oh my god. Alright,
Swiper,
everyone,
no swiping.
has everyone rolled initiative yet? by the way?
I
Sorry,
did.
no. I was too
Zerdurium's-
distracted.
Yeah. Zerdurium's just putting his foot in his mouth.
Yo soy distractado. I don't think that's right.
None of that was right.
Estoy.
None of it. Oh man, these are really low initiative rolls.
It's been a while, Matt. Okay.
I haven't rolled her initiative yet either.
Since high school Spanish.
I took a semester in college too, actually.
Did I? I'm just gonna assume.
I actually know quite a bit of Spanish.
I'm in
Well, I
like
guess she gets.
I'm in an area
what?
where Spanish is really useful, and I still don't think it's as useful as English.
Oh, good. You rolled a 19.
Oh, I know Spanish. Despacito.
No, that was rolling
does it
for
mean?
the NPC. I haven't. I'm still waiting for
Slowly?
your initiative, Ron. Or no, you have yours. Ryza is on your
no,
turn.
I
Okay,
already
we're
have
good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Everyone's initiative's on here.
Yeah, we're good.
Oops, I did that backwards. Descending. Round 1. Alright, she gets to go first, and she is going to,
She's going
She's
to
going
ask,
to
what am I paying
say-
you for?
she's going to say, do something about him before he goes and and alerts the other giants. And then she's going to give everybody inspire courage. So everybody gets
Oh yeah, she's a bard.
everybody gets a +3
How is she doing it?
oratory. So
Ooh.
she's giving you guys
Alright, cool.
a great, like, inspiring speech of
About her
it's
rivals.
like, I know that you can. Yeah, I know that you guys are up to this task. I hired the best. And so it's going to be a +3 competence bonus
Ooh.
to damage and attacks,
+3,
and
wow.
a +3 morale bonus to saves.
Is it just fear or saves?
Versus fear.
Yeah.
I think there's like an additional bonus. Maybe that's only versus fear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the +3 bard song basically. And that's what she does. Kael, it's your turn.
Okay.
Do something about this guy before he runs away or raises the alarm.
I don't think there's something I could do right away other than shoot a fireball that would potentially.
Fireball. That
delay.
definitely wouldn't get attention.
But
You
his,
can wait for
his
me if you
action is next.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't get to him.
Yeah, the fact that you guys all rolled like really low initiative actually might make this a hairier situation.
Alright,
Then I
I'm
figured it
going
You mean we have to rise straight up?
This is rough, but I'm going to delay until after Brugart.
Okay. On his turn, he bellows something in giant that Brugar would understand is, oh shit, there's more of them! And he's going to move up and attack Brugar. So this will be versus your flat-footed AC, right? Unless you have like combat reflexes. I don't remember if you have that.
I do have combat reflexes.
Yeah, so he gets
Perfect.
his AC
So
up.
it's not versus the flat-footed AC. It's just versus your normal AC in that case.
Dope.
And he pulls out, as he moves up, he pulls out a great club. And swings it down at you.
This is where
It's a
Mantis
very-
is like, does a 72 hit?
With a very powerful swing. Does a 30 hit.
Nope.
30
I have
misses.
33 effective AC
Versus-
against the giant because of defensive
Yep.
combat training.
Yep,
Oh,
if it
you're
was-
smart!
If he was not a giant, he would have hit you, but because you are specifically trained to fight your hated enemy,
Yep.
the giants, you're able to avoid it. Alright, that's pretty good.
Because he thinks
the
he
fact
has me off guard,
Yep.
but I sidestep it.
Yeah, he's surprised because it looked like you weren't. When did Kael, you delay till after Brugar,
Yeah.
you said? Okay. So now it's Tiki's turn.
Okay. It's just one. Singular.
For now, yeah.
He just
Had
yelled
the potential.
something in giant, though.
Yeah, he just yelled. He just bellowed something out in giant, which Brugar was the only one that understood, which was that there's more of them. Like, oh shit, there's more of them.
I will cast forbid action on him. DC 16 will I forbid him to attack.
Okay.
Forbid him to speak.
Well, he already spoke. So unless he's a spellcaster, there's no point on that.
I don't know, maybe they'll be hesitant to listen to him or believe. But that's also good.
Alright, yeah, it looks like it works. He looks like he is, not able, like he stopped swinging his club. It looks like he's not able to swing it anymore. Like he's reaching back like he's gonna do another attack, but he's, for some reason he can't bring it forward. And now it's Brugar's turn.
Alright. It's the Brugar time. With this awesome Inspire Courage. I'm gonna 5-foot step up to him.
Okay.
And I'm going to full attack him.
Do you have quick draw? Or do you already have your weapon out, I guess?
Let's see. I was assuming I had my weapon out because we were going
Okay.
into the place.
I guess that's fair, because you guys were sneaking into a giant camp. You
Yeah.
might have been expecting trouble, so I'll allow it.
Is quick draw swift action or free action?
Quick draw makes it a free action.
It
Okay.
makes it a free action, but you can only do it once per turn, so you can't
Someone
free
here
action two
has.
weapons.
Aw, dang.
Well, you can do it with like throwing weapons. You can do it multiple.
Yeah, you can use it
rounds
to
or
keep
multiple times a
drawing.
turn.
Throwing
Yeah.
weapons.
With, say, throwing daggers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm
Is there
good.
a feat that allows you to pull out multiple daggers at once, or like small blades or something like that?
So I'm gonna trip him. Or try to trip him.
Okay. That'll do it. He is now tripped.
Okay, and then I'm going to I'm gonna disarm him.
Okay. You do. He's disarmed. I guess what direction it disarmed into?
He only has one arm
Goes.
now.
His club flies off 15 feet that way.
All right, and I whispered. I mean, well, I tell him in giant. I don't bother whispering. I just tell him in giant. Uh, Shut your trap.
Okay.
I tell him no talking, no yelling.
All right, it's Kale's turn
That's
now.
my turn.
Okay. Shut your trap. Alright, I'm gonna cast mirror images.
Okay.
Oops, it's not a D20.
Okay. You have 5 images.
Alright, and I'm going to move up. Stupid. I hate the new movement system.
There's a new movement system.
Next to
It
Brigger.
used to be spacebar, but now
Yeah.
it's Q.
Oh yeah, for
right click.
queuing up moves.
Or not right click, but Q, yeah.
Okay.
It's funny, every time I hit spacebar, it yells at me. It's like, no, that's not how you do it anymore.
I think he can take an attack
No.
opportunity on you though, passing through that square. So, but he is prone, so it's gonna be
And he
less
doesn't
effective.
have a club out.
That's correct, but he does. He is a giant, so he can.
Throw rocks.
Swipe
He
with
can
his
still.
fist.
He can still try to slam. So.
Slamming.
Yep, it's time to slam jam. He's going to attempt to slam you. It's probably not going to work. It misses.
Okay.
All right. It's Raziel's turn now.
I will. If I am here, do I have line of sight or not? Like around Burgar?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move up next to the person we're supposed to protect.
Okay.
Burgar ran forward, and I'll say, "Watch me, or watch this, and stay behind me."
Okay.
And I will use.
Do you already have that +3 buff, by the way?
I do for Inspire Courage.
Okay.
It's actually a pre-built buff in Roll20, so I could just add it super quick and
perfect.
easy. I will use a fervor usage to swiftly cast something I don't know yet. All my I didn't reset my rounds per day of things, so I'm just fixing that real quick. Where is fervor uses? Here we go. Alright, so I use around a thing of fervor, and I'm going to swiftly cast divine favor on myself,
Okay.
which is a luck bonus, which should stack with the competence bonus.
Yep.
So I'm pretty buffed up now, and I'm going to throw my adamantine dagger at this giant. I'll quick draw it. So I moved, swift actioned, and now attack. Okay. And my iteratives. Okay, we made it. I guess I could have taken off the 2-weapon fighting buff because I only have 1 in hand, so it's actually like a +2 to hit.
Okay. That still hits despite him being prone. And
And
does
then
some
you
damage to him.
see it. She sees it bounce off of him and come back to my hand, and I catch it.
Yep.
And that's it. I'm not going to choose to discharge my storage spell. Which is,
On her turn,
by default, Bestow Curse.
she will do as you instruct and kind of stand back a little bit. She'll stand right here behind you. And she'll continue inspiring courage.
Is she like
Continue.
my cheerleader?
Basically, she's talking you up. She's saying like, take this out quickly so we can get into the tomb hopefully, and hopefully before he alerts any more people. And on his turn, he's going to continue shouting. And,
Wait, can I give the cheerleading song for the cheerleader? The chant?
The what now?
The thing she's chanting as my cheerleader.
No. And,
Damn it!
he is going to,
I'll type it.
he is going to take, he's going to try to stand up, which will provoke from Brugar.
Alright.
She's still prone at the moment, but...
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit him.
Okay. Uh, 28. 28 will hit. So you do some damage to him. And he gets up and then looks like he is in like he's trying to defend himself right now. And he's still yelling out like, "Oh, there's more of them, and they're real nasty ones." And that's hit for his turn. It's Tiki's turn now.
Okay. Okay. Do we hear like large things coming this way?
If you want to take a move action to try to determine that, you can.
Not really.
Okay.
Wait, where's Brugar? This is just a touch. Okay, I'm gonna cast a spell and then have Sally move up to Brugar, and I'm going to touch Brugar with greater fortification.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm close, but we're fine. We're fine.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Now it's Brugar's turn. Let me get rid of this prone thing on him right now.
We'll get ready to put it back on him. Because I'm gonna trip him with my first attack. Oh, I almost have 3 attacks.
You might have 3 attacks next session. It could happen. Alright, he's tripped.
And then I'm gonna just bring my hammer down on him with my iterative.
Brugar, smash!
Yeah, he was trying to total defense there, and it just didn't matter. Yep, that will hit, and he takes some more damage.
Does it interrupt the total defense when he's knocked prone?
No,
No,
it's
it
still
doesn't.
total defense.
He's still total defense.
So
it basically
he literally
counteracts
has
it, though.
total defense plus prone, so he's plus 8 AC for me.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
I tell the others to be on the lookout for any other of these lummoxes coming, checking on his holler. That's my turn.
Okay. Is now Kale's turn?
Alright. I'm going to... Well, I guess it doesn't really... I don't want to cast defensively. Alright. I'm going to... cast Shocking Grasp. Spell combat, not defensively.
Okay, that's fine. He's in total defense, so he is not able to take an attack opportunity.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the downsides of total defense.
Alrighty then. And we will then rage and 5-foot step. And I'll full round him. Come on.
He dead.
Stupid sheet. Why is it doing this to me? Alright, there we go. So here is the first attack. Assuming that misses.
18 actually will hit because he is prone.
Alright. That would be the Shocking Grasp hit.
Okay.
Then I'll just do my other attacks while I'm at it. 14 and then 9.
Okay, those all hit.
Alright. So we
He dead.
do roll d6. So I'll just do the first one by itself because it's easier to do that way. 90. I want to wait. I might actually have these. No, I remember I took them off because they just were wrong. Alright, there we go. Roll d6 plus 10 plus 9d6. Shocking Grasp, first hit.
Okay. Takes a bunch of damage from Shocking Grasp.
And then... Oh, my up button's not working. d6 plus 10. There we go.
Okay, 16 and then 14. Okay, it looks like he is still up, but just barely. Razel's turn.
Well, I don't make this character to do melee attacks, but when you put me in situations like this...
Oh, and I also actually totally forgot, but I should have actually also had you rolling with another penalty because the rain actually gives you penalties to ranged attacks too.
Yeah, -4.
Oh.
Sucks.
Well, good thing I'm just gonna walk up and melee him. He's on the ground, right?
Yep,
Alright,
on the
so he
ground.
can't hit me if I walk
He's
up.
prone. Well, if he normally would, but since he's in total defense, he can't. He's doing nothing but trying to.
He has reach
he's
even
doing.
when on the ground?
Yes.
Weird. Okay, well, anyway, since he's cowering in fear, trying to, or not cowering in fear, but like curled up in a ball, total feeble position, I will melee him once I figure out how to make this. I think last time I just changed this to melee and said, hopefully that's good enough. So we're gonna go with that. Oh, I didn't take off shit, but whatever.
So yeah.
So
the
like I should
deadly
have had
aim.
2 weapon fighting buff and deadly aim off, so it's +4 to hit. From what I rolled.
Yeah, and the damage is also inaccurate though.
The damage should be lower by, 4.
Okay.
So 21.
That'll hit.
Oh, and I don't have
so-
point blank, so it's actually 20.
Okay.
And it's 1 lower attack, so it's 39 on the roll and 20
He is unconscious now.
for attack. Or damage, 20 for damage. Sorry, I don't have this stuff set up right. And I have to check and uncheck buffs and just don't make anyone
On this
fall
turn.
anymore. Brugar.
On this turn, another one comes running over. And he says, "George, you alright?" Or whatever the giant equivalent of George is. And he sees you guys. And he,
I think the giant equivalent of George is just Jork.
Jork. And he says, he sees you and yeah, it doesn't, he kind of sees you and then he's like, oh shit. But he took his whole round to run over here. So that's it for his turn. On this round, she continues doing her bard song, but she goes in here and says, I'm going to open the door on this tomb, and she starts trying to open the door. But it doesn't open that easily.
I look back to her and nod my head. It's like, we'll hold them off.
Alright.
This is why bards are great. They can do like other stuff and then keep performances going. They're great passive characters.
And she's still like, as long as you guys can hear her, you're still getting these bonuses. So she's even if you go around this corner, as long as you can hear her talking from out of this little hallway here. Alright, this guy's turn. He's bleeding out. Alright, it's Tiki's turn. So there's another giant here who just showed up and seems to have noticed you but hasn't done anything else.
Okay. I will forbid him to speak.
Okay, this seems like a good idea.
Ooh.
DC 16.
That's spicy.
Let me just double check something. Oh yeah. Looks like he made it.
Dang, high roll.
He rolled really well.
Yeah.
Anything else? You move?
After that I'll have Sally 5-foot step back out.
Okay. It is now Brugar's turn then.
Actually, maybe I'll get closer to the tunnel that she's going in.
Okay. No, that's right, my dice are not here. Sorry, I will roll this.
5,
It's a GM roll.
10. Maybe I just need to get in front of Kael and that should be fine. And I'm going to take a full defense action.
Okay.
Or actually, maybe I can try. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna no, scratch that. I'm not gonna full defense. I'm gonna try and intimidate this giant because I speak his language and he can see me.
Okay.
I flash my weapon at him and I growl threateningly and tell him to keep walking.
It's the intimidates based on his hit die. What is it?
I
10
probably
plus
didn't
his
roll
hit
high
die?
enough, but
I don't think so, but
10 plus hit die plus wisdom.
plus wisdom modifier. Yeah, so I think his hit die are saving him here basically. Certainly not his wisdom.
These aren't the wise hill giants of the east.
They actually have 10 wisdom, so they're not like awful at it. Their
So they're
other
pretty
mental
wise
stats.
for.
Wisdom is actually their best mental stat, though. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much. They're wiser than they are intelligent or charismatic. All right. So you try to intimidate him. Kale, it's your turn. Got any way to stop this guy from like also yelling out?
All right, this guy I can actually get to.
Mhm.
All right. So I'm going to cast bladed dash. And end up here.
Okay. And you get to you're doing this as a spell combat.
No. It just allows me to. Oh, I get an extra attack like that though, wouldn't I? Right?
You would.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
2 extra attacks, in fact. Because the spell grants you an attack, and then you'd also get to do a
Yeah.
full round attack instead of -2 penalty.
Oh,
But
right. Yeah. All
this
right.
guy's
Do that.
still flat-footed right now, so probably pretty likely to hit him anyway.
Okay. D20 plus 15. Is this at my?
Actually, his flat-footed's like the same as his normal AC, so I guess that doesn't really matter much.
Highest BAB. All right. All right. So for the bladed dash attack, would I be able to rage before I attack, or would I have to make this one not raging?
You'd have to make that one not raging. I'm pretty
That's fine.
sure. Because the attack's part of the spell.
Yeah. 14.
Okay. 21 hits. That is a chance for critical, which confirms.
Then I get another one at my highest BAB.
You get one at... Well, those are your 2 at the highest BAB, right? Because you got your 1 for bladed dash, and you got your 1 for your base.
Dash, one for...
Yeah, you don't have haste on you.
Oh, duh. 9. There we go.
That hits as well. So you hit with all 3 attacks, and one of them was a crit. I don't know, maybe you'll just kill this guy before he gets to go again. Is that all your damages, all in one
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
blob? Okay. Okay, he's still up, but he's pretty badly hurt. It's Raziel's turn, so this guy is not prone, but you do still have, if you're going to do your ranged attacks, you are still going to take a -6 from that, because of the rain, or -4 rather, from the rain. It's not heavy rain, it's just normal rain.
Okay. Can I 5-foot step onto where this giant's at, or is that difficult terrain?
Difficult terrain.
Okay, it's too far away anyways, because I have to be in 20 feet, I think. Are daggers throwing normally 10 feet? Is that right?
Their range increment's 10 feet, but you can
Yeah.
throw out a -2 penalty up to,
I'm just
you can
gonna
go up
move
to
over
5
here.
range increments away.
So I'm just gonna move. So if I move through it, it's difficult terrain, right?
Mm-hmm.
How far can I move? I'm human, right? 30 feet? Yeah, 20 feet. I have heavy armor on. Medium armor? What's my armor?
I have no idea.
I have +1 mithril full plate.
So that
Is
counts as
that
medium
heavy
armor.
armor? Turns into medium? Okay.
So yeah, you probably have a
Okay.
speed of like 40. Or 20, I mean.
20. So if I go here 5 and here 15, let's do that.
You don't have Amber to cast haste on everyone.
I know, right? I could, but whatever. Like I could do my janky haste.
Yeah.
I don't think I need any more buffs on myself. I feel pretty good. I'm just looking real quick to see. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna attack him with the 1 dagger ranged throw, and I will not apply the -4, so we can apply that after. Oh, I left the 2-weapon fighting on. God damn it, man. So take off 2-weapon fighting, so 34 -4 is 30, so 30 to hit. Everything else
Okay,
should be
that
right.
hits.
29 damage.
He is still up. And he is going to, he's going to bellow out, Jork! No! In giant. And,
Oh boy.
he's going to, he looks, a little bit emboldened by that, and he doesn't, he looks like he looks very, enraged, you might say. And he's going to attempt to full round onto the guy standing next to him, which is Kael. His first attack. Does a 19 hit you?
No.
Is it within 5 of your AC?
No.
Okay, doesn't even break an image then. He's going to attempt another attack with his great club. Actually, no, he can't. He doesn't have quick draw. He just does 1 attack. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. He does not have quick draw, I don't think. Nope. So yeah, he just does a single attack and misses. And yells out. On her turn, she's trying to open the door. She says something to the effect of like, I can see why my informant didn't enter it himself. But she keeps working on it and keeps inspiring you. Says, keep fighting, keep holding them. I'm gonna get through. I'm gonna get this door open pretty soon. Won't take very long. This guy's still bleeding out. Tiki's turn.
Okay. well then, this looks handled.
Well, this guy's still yelling, bellowing out about something you don't understand.
Oh, right. I got plenty of them. I'll cast Forbid Action and tell him to shut up.
Okay.
Stop screaming!
He fails this time. He no longer is bellowing out.
Yay. I'll keep my eye on her in the tunnel.
Okay. Brugar, it's your turn now.
I guess I'm gonna step up to him.
Okay. As you try to move up to him, he's going to attempt to take a attack opportunity on you.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he misses.
Miss. And then I'm gonna try and trip him.
Okay. That'll do it. He is tripped.
Alright, that's my turn. I tell Kael to finish him off.
Yep, it's back to Kale's turn.
Alright, alright, alright. I'm just going to rage and full round him without doing anything else.
No spell combat? Okay.
Yeah, no spell combat.
Alright. 16 does not hit. So 14 damage. That does not finish him off.
Dang. I tried, boys.
Maybe Raziel can do it.
Of course. Is he on the ground?
Nope. Oh, yes. Yes, he's prone again.
Okay. Something making a weird noise here. I don't know what it is. I think it's outside. Anyways. I'm going to...
Oh, hold on. He's prone. The 16 hits. Sorry, go ahead and roll the damage for that. I think he's still going to be up anyway, but... Okay, yeah, he is still up, but anyway, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to melee him.
Okay.
Oh, sound stopped. That's good. I'm actually going to turn things off properly this time. Just for you. So...
I appreciate it.
Is he total defensing or not?
No, he tried to hit Kael last round.
Alright, well I'll just run
He
up
pulled
here
out
and
his
see if he tries
great
to hit
club
me.
and... Okay, he does not.
Okay.
He attempted
and
to
then
attack Brugar and does not appear to have combat reflexes.
I will attack him with my melee dagger. I hope it's right. Looks right.
Okay, that does confirm, and I think that, yeah, that's enough to take him out.
Cool.
So on his turn, he is he completely dead, or is he just bleeding out? He's probably just bleeding out, because these guys have a lot of con, but... Yeah, he's just bleeding out. Alright, on this turn, she says, "Aha!" And you can kind of hear, like, she pushes the door open, basically. And she says, you can hear her say, like, "I got it!"
She got it!
This guy's bleeding out. And Tiki, I guess you're standing there, so you can actually see into the, you can actually see into it.
We did it. We did it.
Don't even see that. You see nothing. So Tiki
I
can
wasn't
see
paying
that
attention.
area.
Well, I didn't have the map scrolled up high enough to see it, I guess, is what I mean.
And let's see if he did yell out about Jork for 1 round. So let's see if somebody else came over. I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys out of combat because it doesn't seem. Because look around and it doesn't seem like there's anybody else coming yet.
Okay.
You do imagine that somebody is probably going to stumble upon these 2 bleeding out giants if they even stabilize. By that time they might be dead giants, but somebody's gonna probably, like, you probably don't have a whole lot of time before you're discovered, but for now you're out of combat. And she anyway goes into here and starts looking around basically. She doesn't wait for you guys. She just immediately goes in and starts looking around. What do you guys do?
I'm
gonna go and protect her.
Do they have any
Yep,
valuable
I'm
things
gonna
on them? The
go
giants?
in.
The giants do not. They look like they're wearing some rather mundane looking
Alright, I
hide
don't care
armor.
then. I'm gonna go in. Is there a
They
way to
both
shut
have
this
great
door
cloaks.
behind us?
Well, this right here isn't a door. This is just an opening.
Sorry, this door.
This door up here does look like it can shut, but if you go to shut it, she says not to because she's worried that it might be difficult to open it back up.
Okay. You're the boss,
Because
lady.
I don't think the giants can get in here anyway. Not easily, at
I'm
least.
not worried about giants. I'm worried about your competitor people.
They're too late if they haven't already got here.
Oh, okay.
Does Kale come inside too?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. We both tried to move your token.
What's it
So
look like in here?
What it looks like in here. So you see up here is a like a sarcophagus. Over here you see basically like a sort of like a weapon and armor display that has stuff on it. And over here you see it's a statue of a man who looks like
God.
he's probably using the like, for example, the sword that is in the statue's hand looks the same as the sword that's over here. There's also like a mural, kind of like this ceiling as well is kind of like sloped over here, and it kind of depicts like a scene basically. So you can kind of see like he's holding up like. It's a scene that looks like it's kind of interacting with the statue almost. So it looks like he's holding up his sword, and it looks like he's fighting giants. Like he's holding the swords up this way, and like it looks like he's holding the sword towards like a depiction of like a giant. And then behind him over on this side, you see there's a lot more like look like normal like people perhaps. And that's pretty much what you see in here. And then, like I said, there's a sarcophagus over here, or what appears to be a sarcophagus, which you imagine maybe is probably this guy. And then there's some equipment that are displayed over here.
All right.
And so she seems mostly interested right now in the. She tells you not to close the door because she's worried that if you do, it's going to be very difficult. It might be hard to get it back open. She thinks she might have damaged the mechanism in the door.
Okay, I'll just prop something in there to keep it open.
I think we should do it
Okay.
anyways. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, she says that's fine if you want to like prop it and try to get it like mostly closed. That seems reasonable.
Yeah. All right. What is she most interested in? The sarcophagi?
So she's actually currently looking at this mural over here in the statue. and she kind of pulls out like this like some sort of you think it's some sort of magical device she pulls out, um, and she kind of is like holding it as she takes it in. But yeah, and like I said, so over here you see there's a suit of armor and like a sword and a shield, and they're kind of on like an armor stand kind of thing. And then there's also a yeah, it's basically just like a suit of armor and some weapons and stuff. I don't know. I mean, anybody that has detect magic would be able to tell immediately that there are 4 magical auras coming from over here.
Oh, Tiki's used to Amber and all of
I'm
that.
staying near the door, listening for others.
Don't actually have.
Okay.
Oh, I do have detect magic. Okay, I'll detect magic. And then I'll point out the magical thing.
Okay. And Raziel's listening to the door. For now, it seems like you kind of
I
still hear.
anticipate her rivals being out here with weapons for as soon as we leave. They're like, "Give us your treasure," like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, maybe. You actually hear like that arguing that was happening over there seems to have died down a little bit. You still hear some like talking over there, but it doesn't seem like it's as loud and raucous as it was before.
Man, your vocab is a lot bigger than mine.
I read a lot, I guess, or I used to. I'm actually reading a book right now, but it's like, man.
I'm reading Harry Potter. It's not
You're
helping
reading
with
Harry
my
Potter?
vocab.
I thought
Yeah.
about, as a side note, I thought about like getting like Harry Potter in like German and trying to read it in German. Like, I feel like that
Oh
would be
God.
a good way to like try to get my
No.
probably completely atrophied German like
Don't do
back
it.
up.
I don't think I would enjoy reading a book in a foreign language.
Yeah, no,
I've heard
don't
that's
do it.
actually like one of the best ways to learn it though, is just like consume media
Oh, yeah,
basically
I
in that
can see
language. And it doesn't like doing it with English subtitles does not work. But if you do it with like out the subtitles, or if you put the subtitles in like the same language, then that ends up being like a good way to like learn a new language. But
Yeah.
anyway, because your mind will just automatically like try to find patterns. So
Speaking
like
of new languages, do we see any interesting languages here?
you don't see any text on here. It's just at least not that's immediately apparent. If you want to try to like spend some extra time to look through it, I mean, nobody's gone over and checked the sarcophagus, for example, or like closely examined any of the murals. So
If I don't hear anything interesting coming outside, then maybe I'll look around the room a bit, look at the murals and the sarcophagus, and look
Okay.
for any foreign languages I might want to read.
but yeah, she seems really like Tenny seems really interested in. Seems kind of she's like absorbed in like looking at it. She kind of goes over and starts like examining parts of the mural like much more closely, but just hasn't really said anything so far.
Okay, well, I mean, Brugar lets her do her thing.
What do you do during that time? Do you try to look at the mural as well? Do you just keep a watch like Raziel was doing over there by the door?
I guess I'll go
I'm
to where
up
like
here
the
now.
weapons and armor are.
Okay.
And like, what kind of weapons and armor?
So, do I know what
There is a
schools
sword.
of magic? Because
No.
I did detect magic, and I think I got forgotten or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know with a 4.
Okay.
But you detect
are-
magic specifically from the sword, the sword, the shield, the armor, and there's also a magic belt. The shield is a, I believe it's a heavy shield. Let me double check that.
So while
Yeah,
Brugar
it's
is
a
going
heavy
over
shield.
there looking at that stuff, Tiki will walk up and say, "These are magical," and then she'll try to identify them.
The armor is the armor is a breastplate, a medium-sized breastplate, and the weapon is a sword, a long sword. When you look at it, it does look like there is like a word etched onto it. If anybody speaks the language Varisian.
No.
Not me.
If Mantis was here, he'd
So,
say,
no,
"Yes, it's on my sheet."
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do have someone who is someone who, besides Amber, who would probably be able to tell you, but she's currently occupying herself with other things. But maybe you can ask her what it means.
Yeah. In a moment, probably. Let her do her thing.
The belt perhaps catches your eye as well because it has. You notice it has kind of engravings on kind of like the buckle of it, and it's depicting something like a more simplified versions kind of similar to this mural. Like it seems like it depicts people fighting giants.
Do I know what it is?
Nice.
Let's see here. What order are you guys spellcrafting things in, I guess? The list that I just gave them down?
I would probably look at just the things that Tiki didn't know, so I think I failed the first one automatically.
You
Right.
can't. Well, you can't fail automatically on skill checks, but yeah.
Well,
F14
okay.
will fail.
Sorry, I would fail.
Let's see, spellcraft is 15 plus caster level, so... I think you guys will be able to have identified everything except for... I'm gonna... I guess I'll roll a d4 to see which ones you don't, because nobody gave me like what they were identifying in what order, so... Okay, you guys don't identify the belt, but you get everything else. So the sword is a very, very impressive weapon. You're not sure what the word says, but you kind of can assume that maybe it's the name of it. This is a +1 giant bane, cunning, keen longsword, which I know is a mouthful, but it has a shorter name. But yeah, it's giant bane. Keen doubles the crit range of it, and the cunning gives you a +4 to confirmations and crits, and the range only if you have 5 ranks and a knowledge about that foe. And
Cool.
if you have more ranks, it can go up a little bit higher. So, but at the very least, it's a giant Bane longsword. +1 is its base bonus, but so pretty decent weapon, like very valuable at least.
Comes a +3 though.
Versus giants, yeah. Which clearly this guy fought giants. Like that's one thing that you are able to piece together. You don't need to be a famed historian and archaeologist to be able to tell that. The armor is a +2 balanced breastplate. And balance gives you a +4 bonus to your CMD against combat maneuvers made to overrun or trip, and on acrobatics checks to maintain balance. But it does actually have a slight downside, which is if you want to go prone intentionally, you can't do it as a free action like you normally can. You have to use a move action to do it. It actually makes it harder for you to just lie down. And then the last thing is the shield. Raziel identifies the shield as a lion's shield, which is a +2 heavy shield that 3 times a day you can have the lion head attack.
Ooh.
Does 2d6 points of damage and attacks at your base attack bonus.
Pretty dope.
And you're not sure what the belt does yet.
Okay.
And she comes over to look at those as well.
Tiki points out the name or the Rissian word.
And she tells you it says Heartseeker.
It would definitely do that to a giant.
Was that on the sword?
Mm-hmm. That's what the word says on the
Okay.
sword. You would find that there is words on there as well that you can't make out on the sarcophagus as well.
Oh, can I make? Should she read them?
She hasn't gone and checked the sarcophagus yet. She says, "I'll come look at it."
I want to read it.
You want to try to read it? You have Varisian?
I have.
You have
that.
comprehend languages. Okay.
I read.
Okay. And it kind of has like a little bit of a eulogy kind of written on it. It says to a great hero and a true friend. I couldn't have done any of this. I couldn't have done any of it without you.
I don't know much about history, so I don't really know what they achieved. But I hope it has something to do with slaying giants.
I mean, you could probably piece together that it probably has something to do with this mural. Like it's probably something that was depicted over there.
Anything else for me to read? But I want to impress Tenny with my ability to read the sarcophagus, and I'll tell her what it says.
You also see that there is a name as well that says Velkin.
Like a Belkin router? Oh shit!
Velkin with a V.
Oh, darn.
But otherwise like a Belkin router, I guess.
Yeah, I tell her the things and see if she looks impressed.
She seems a little bit surprised, but you're not sure if she's impressed.
Okay.
She comes over and looks and says, "Yes, it looks like you're right." And then she says, "I wonder," and goes back to like looking at this mural again.
I look for a secret switch in the tomb to open the secret treasure chamber.
Okay. It's clearly...
I think this is the treasure chamber.
No, that's what they want you to think, so that you don't go looking for the real treasure chamber.
You think so? You think there's more?
Never hurts to check.
Okay.
So yeah, she's looking around about this, and this is very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a Varisian tomb quite like this.
Same.
Burger muses. I figure that a tomb with this much powerful magical items would be better well guarded.
I think there used to be a settlement built around this a long time ago, but I'm surprised that it hasn't been found until now. But yeah, it is very strange. I was expecting some other sort of danger, perhaps, especially once I opened the door. But it's part of why I brought you guys.
Those giants
Don't get
are
me wrong.
dangerous.
I appreciate, yes, I appreciate the work you did with those giants, and I'm not sure that we're done with them, either of them. But I'm sure they'll find those ones you killed soon, and we'll have confused giants just outside the statue here. But yeah, she pulls out like some like out of her backpack. She pulls out some like journals and such, and starts recording notes and whatnot as well. Says, "I'm gonna allow me to take some time if you don't mind. I think we should be fairly safe in here." And she begins jotting down notes. And she has like another. When you're doing detect magic, you notice that, yeah, she definitely the little magic device she had as well. She still has that out. So, you guys do anything else? Raziel looks around for some.
There's just the sarcophagus.
Yep. He's looking for like secret lovers or whatever. He can't find anything there.
Okay.
I asked our employer, you want to check inside the sarcophagus? There might be some things in there.
Yeah, we probably should in a moment.
Alright.
Just let me get some more notes here before we do, in case something happens when we open it. You guys do anything while she's doing that? You want to do your own scholarly work in the meantime?
What scholarly? Tiki brushes Sally.
Okay.
What do I see in
That's
the
my
murals?
scholarly work.
What do you see in the mural? Good question. Go ahead and roll perception for looking at the mural.
Now that I'm done looking for a secret treasure room.
Okay. So one thing you notice is this giant that he's fighting over here definitely does not look like any of the hill giants. Interestingly, though, looking at it, you kind of think like maybe that helmet statue was like this giant over here looks like you kind of are starting to think like pretty much that this statue that is built in is modeled after the helmet of this giant that it's being depicted in the mural. Um, the other thing you notice is then this group of people like behind him that you kind of assume are his allies that look like they're kind of like supporting him. They all have like the statue's holding a weapon up towards this as well, right? But you notice some of these people in there, like one thing that's interesting about it is like some of them kind of have like the Varisian kind of look, like they have like the scarves and like it looks a little bit different than like what you would expect when you're seeing like a modern Varisian, but you can definitely pin them out as like a couple of them being Varisian. But you notice a couple of them are also Shoanti as well. And perhaps most interestingly, one of them looks like it has a weapon with the same coloration as the one you've seen Brugar use on occasion.
I'll
That's
point it out to
strange.
Brugar. Like, hey, this weapon here looks a lot like a weapon I've seen summoned or built, formed, crafted
Mm-hmm.
for you that you've used.
And it's being held. It is being held by a one of the depictions of holding it does look like a Shawanti.
That's interesting. I inquire from our employer. This looks like some Shawanti.
Yes, I think it might be related, which is one of probably the biggest find of this tomb so far. So I think it's related to old Shawanti legend, which maybe leads some credence to it.
I tell her we've heard some Shawanti legends before.
Oh, she kind of like
I
looks up from her notes, looking a little like amused.
And I tell her briefly about the Shawanti legend of the quote-unquote hero who went and stole a godlike smith's weapon and got away with it. And
It's
yeah,
very strange that you've heard of that. Then I suppose your friend over there may have told you. She looks over at Kale. But yes, that I think that this man over there, and she points to the guy in the mural that's holding it, might be that man. Maybe.
hmm.
It does seem the time period seems like it would match up. Like I said, this tomb predates the Thessalonian Empire.
Yeah, so like I'm not sure what to do here, but I feel like we should research something about this guy while we're here, because clearly we're trying to go where he went.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Or
he
at least
went
where his
there?
friend went.
Oh, his friend.
Or his friend, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you kind of are intuiting probably from here is that this guy knew and was friends with, or like fought with at least, uh, with the Godslayer. At least that's what's being depicted here. And so yeah, this is not the tomb of the Godslayer, but it's a tomb of somebody
Right.
who was like maybe like his party member or something. You could think of it as.
Mm-hmm. So would there be any information here that we could glean about this guy's buddy? The guy whose weapon we have?
Well, you got one thing. You got his name, which is Velkin.
I need to write that down. Not like the routers.
Not quite. No, with a V.
Okay, yeah, and maybe we'll find something in the sarcophagus that will give us a little more information.
In the sarcophagus,
So
you're
whatever.
opening it?
Yeah,
Of
why
course. All in the name of knowledge, of course. We're not here to. I mean, we're kind of here to plunder it, but we're first
In the
here
name
for
of knowledge.
Yes, we're plundering in the name of knowledge. So yeah, she goes over and says, "Well, I suppose it's time to see what's inside this sarcophagus, but it's probably going to be a bit of a letdown.
I shrug. No way to know until we do it. So I'll help
Indeed.
her open it.
Okay. And you do, and there is a spoopy skeleton inside.
Yay.
Does it move?
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it doesn't. It seems like like it doesn't have. It seems like it's been like there for millennia, and like there's no signs of any sort of movement or anything like that, and there's basically nothing other than the skeleton in there, and
I
some
detect
like
magic.
the remains of clothing that it probably was wearing that seems to have all kind of just
Do you detect
practically
magic?
disintegrated. You do not detect any magic.
Okay.
But yeah, she kind of does like pokes around a little bit and like very cautiously, but she's kind of like uh, kind of examining the bones. Says this was definitely a Varisian man.
I'm glad you can tell.
But after that, she's kind of like, well, we should probably reseal the sarcophagus. It doesn't appear that this place is haunted or anything, but I don't want to risk angering the gods or anyone else for that matter. So she tries to get somebody to help her put the sarcophagus lid back on.
Yep, I'll help her put it back on.
Okay. And after that, she'll go over and she'll say, well, the only other thing I haven't looked at is these magic items. Perhaps there's some other information that can come from those. And
information and use.
mm-hmm. I mean, you guys already identified all of them but the bells, right? So.
But the bell.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tell her what they are. I will.
Okay. And she'll kind of look over them.
Does
And
she seem
she'll say,
impressed that I could identify them?
but she holds a bell and says, but you don't know what this does, right?
Nope. I wanted to save one for you.
Oh, well, alright then. And, she identifies it as being basically a belt of fallen heroes.
Ooh.
So what it does is it can summon a spiritual use the spell spiritual ally effectively
Oh, yeah.
once a day. And it also, while you're wearing it, you get a +1 insight bonus on all saving throws.
That thing's pretty dope. I remember we had one of these back in Reign of Winter.
A what?
Belt
The belt
of
of
Fallen
fallen
Heroes.
heroes.
Oh yeah.
We found one of these in the in book 4 when we went to go get the Adlet
Adlet.
Heroes stuff.
Yep.
I was like, I really wanted to use it
You
because
wanted it.
my shaman was like, I call upon the spiritual ally of my ancestors.
Yeah. If you kept it, it would have caused like a whole lot of like I would have had to sandbox them getting all mad at you about it, basically. They don't anticipate you
But I'm an
keeping
adlet.
it, but yeah, I know. It was still it was to be it's for the tribe, not for you.
So she says, I wonder if perhaps it's tied to one of these specific heroes. I can't imagine if it was worn by the if it was worn by this Velkan himself. It probably isn't Velkan, but
What do you mean?
well, the Belt of Fallen Heroes usually calls on one of the heroes, on the hero that's depicted within the belt, or at least one of them.
Hmm.
She points out like they have there's three buckles on it basically, and they're a little bit. It's hard to tell like which ones they're referring to based on the mural, because like the mural is in kind of, I mean, they're faded, but there is actually coloration on it. But the belt is just an etching, and there's no like color onto it. But she brings it over like to the mural and kind of like compares, is like looking to kind of compare them.
So like this belt might have belonged to the the Godslayer.
Perhaps.
That is very interesting.
She says, "I don't." It's interesting. Like this belt seems to have the three are depicted as seem to be the three that are on here. These two Versins and the Shawanti right here. So it basically, the Godslayer is one of the people on the belt.
Oh,
And the other two seem to be like they seem to be seem to be this man's allies on here.
we could learn a lot from this belt, I think.
Yeah, probably. I certainly hope so.
All right. Well, have you concluded your research?
Just about. I want to try to see if I can get some information from this belt, though.
Do you want to use it?
She kind of like looks over at the towards the door. Says, I think I do, but so she's going to try to put the belt on,
All right, I'll let her.
and she summons up basically a force, like a body of force, basically in the form of a one of the warriors depicted over there. It looks like it's one of the Verisian ones.
And he appeared.
Yeah, he appears.
Hmm.
And starts speaking to her in Verisian. How long does comprehend languages last? You would still have comprehend languages.
Sure.
So
I don't know.
So you understand
10 minutes
what's being
level?
said.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, you still have it. So he's kind of asking like what battle do you need my help in? She says, I don't need. She's speaking back in Verisian, so nobody else is really understanding. She's saying, I don't need any help with battle. I want answers. I want to know more about you and this person here. and says, "Yes, this was. We fought with the God Slayer and took down that demigod over there." And basically, she only gets a little bit of discussion because it only lasts for 10 rounds. She talks to them for like a minute, and then he vanishes again. She kind of sighs and says, "Well, it's a start."
I think we might be able to learn some things from him. I think maybe we could hold on to the belt for you.
She eyes you suspiciously. Says, "I don't know if I'm willing to part with the belt. You can take the other stuff. This belt seems very important to my research."
Hmm. Well,
Yep.
Tiki's all confused because she doesn't
Can we?
understand wrestling.
Yeah, she doesn't get what's going on, but Brugar's like, "We need that belt because," and
I
she
think
doesn't.
we need the belt.
You guys have actually like been very cautious about the Godslayer weapon. Like, you guys do not freely tell people you have it. I've noticed, which is probably smart.
Right.
So yeah, she has no idea that you have any reason to be interested in it, really. Apart from the sort of suspicious fact you guys knew about the knew that Shawanti legend, but then you have a Shawanti with you, so she's like, "Oh, never mind. He probably just has told them before." Like, you just assumed Kael told you it. But yeah, so it's an interesting situation that you guys are in. Now I suppose I could like sell it to you or something later, but I need it for a little while, at least while I'm finishing up my research.
All right. We'll talk more about it once we get back.
That is a good point. We need to get back somehow. I wonder if the giants have noticed us yet. Um, and yeah, the light. She has a light spell on right now. I suppose I would have to mention as well. Like, it's there's no like other light in here other than like any light you guys would have used. But I think you have multiple people here with the light cantrip. So, but she's going to say, I'm gonna turn on my light. I'm gonna sneak outside real fast. And she casts Vanish. And then, whoop. I start stretching it. She comes back and appears again. Says, "Well, the bodies are no longer there. So they must have found us, but I didn't see anyone directly out there right now. We might be able to sneak past without them noticing. It is dark out right now. I'm not exactly sure what's going on in the rest of the camp, though."
We can use this opportunity to sneak past them.
She nods. Perhaps they blamed the two giants there on my rivals.
Maybe.
I'm starting to wonder if she even has rivals, or maybe she's just really paranoid.
Who
Well,
knows?
You know that there was something else going on in the camp. That gave you a window to sneak in there.
Yeah, but that could have been anything.
I figured there was a. I actually had a thing prepared, like a map prepared. If you guys went over and like, we need to go, even though she would have been like opposed to it. She'd be like, "That's not what I'm paying you for." But I figured there was a chance that you guys might be like, "No, but we got to do the right thing and go save those people."
Nope.
Nah.
But no, this group's too mercenary for that.
I mean, I would if everybody else was like, let's do it, but because they didn't.
Right,
I was,
and it's also
neutral
like
about it.
We have a job to do.
Right, and it's not like you knew exactly what was going on over there. Like maybe
Right.
it was just two giants. Like maybe it was just giants having a fight. Like you don't know for sure that it was that it was actually like a person that got caught.
Right.
It might have just been the giants having a fight. Like that's just what she's thinking. She's like, I bet they captured one of my rivals. But you might have just got there and been like one giant pushed the or like accidentally bumped into the other giant and refused to apologize, and now they're duking it out. Like that's what happened. So you never know. It could have been that. Anyway, yeah. So she agrees with Brugar on that. Like this is our chance. We should try to get out of here.
Okay,
All right,
off we go.
I'll go out with her, and I'll stealth.
Okay. She's also got a stealth. She's actually pretty good at stealth, but Brugar is not so good at stealth.
Yeah, not so good.
I will try, but I'm not very good at it.
I don't know. Be basically rolling a percentage dice to see if somebody notices you, pretty much, or somebody like stumbles upon you. Also perception, though, even if they stumble upon you, or if you guys pass too really close to one, they might not notice. But I think with that stealth, they probably will.
I'm better at handling what comes after a stealth roll than a stealth roll.
Yeah, and you actually have a decent chance anyway because it's still raining and it's now dark. And the giants do not have dark vision, so they have low light vision though, but no dark vision. And you guys are probably mostly being led by like Tiki and Brugar, who have dark vision more than
Yeah.
anyone else. But yeah, you guys actually are able to get through. There's like one time where you kind of think you have a close call. You see like a giant like kind of come near you, but it seems like he's like kind of jogs past you and like runs over somewhere and like he basically had to run to use the bathroom, except instead of the bathroom he was just going and peeing into a bush somewhere or onto a tree probably. But he doesn't notice you, and you're able to get back to where you guys left her horse, which is still there.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And basically she's gonna say, well, I suppose we'll just camp here. I think we're far enough away that they won't find us, but we should leave early in the morning before they have a chance to find us.
I agree. And I'll start looking for I'll start setting up camp and trying to keep us safe.
Okay. You have a survival for that, right?
Yep.
Alright, that's a pretty good roll. Yeah, assuming you guys set up watches. I'll just,
Yes.
if anything happens, I'll just roll a percentage probably on it. So
Sure.
the order shouldn't matter too much. But also won't matter because nothing happens.
Wait, let
I'll
me
let
roll
everyone
perception.
get their sleep first, and I'll take first watch.
Yep. So, yep, next morning, you guys get up and the rain's kind of stopped finally. Like, it's there's it's still really wet out, and there's like a kind of a fog, like a misty fog, but it's not raining anymore. And yep, start making your way back to Corvosa.
Yeah, we do so.
To Corvosa in the rain.
Yep, and that's basically where I'm going to wrap it up for now. It's 9 o'clock now, so
Did you want to
you
wrap
guys
up?
are. Yep, you guys are going to get back to Corvosa, and we'll pick up this session as you guys return to Corvosa.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's level 11s.
Maybe?
I'm
I don't
trying
know.
I'm trying to figure out. I gotta calculate how much experience I'm going to give you here. You guys are going to get experience for avoiding that first, like the skill challenge, basically.
Uh-huh.
You guys get experience for that. You're going to get experience for the 2 giants you fought, and I'm going to give you some experience for the giants that didn't get there because you guys cleaned them up. Like you're going to get some experience for that as well. So it's going to get some like bonus XP basically for that. So it might get you guys there. Yeah, that should. 8,000 experience for everybody, and you guys only needed like 5,000, right? So.
If you say so.
Yep. Hooray!
So you guys will be level 11 next
11.
session.
But I can level myself up now.
Yay.
And I'll let Mantis know next time he joins us to level up Amber.
In the distant future.
He should be back for maybe next month, maybe? Or I guess we don't know for sure. I guess it depends on how his thing lines up.
Never.
So actually, theoretically, Amber might just become an NPC effectively. I don't know.
Wait, Amber didn't get any XP. Amber didn't level up.